Hello. Wow.
Hello.
Echo. How's everyone doing?
Yeah,
Good. How are you?
tired.
Yeah.
Still
You
up
would be.
though. This
Game
is what
6.
happens.
So what have we got? We got a game today. The sixth game of the season. Out of 10 games. Purple are currently ahead by 2 points.
2
Yep.
points clear of Sky
2
Blue
points.
and Orange.
So big game. We're getting to the point where you can't really afford to have bad games anymore. And it's going to be fun.
This is
Started
the
to get a little
midpoint of
bit.
the season.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit where it's challenging now. People are getting a bit more competitive. People are starting to pull out whatever tricks they've got in the bag. Particularly some of the lower stake teams trying to edge their way up into the levels. But there's 4 teams in it now.
It's the midpoint of the season too, so a lot of things could happen at any point in time. So
Expectations then for this game. What are they?
Well, you'd either hope that a clear team forms from now and starts to pull ahead, or that they stay completely level. That would be my preferred outcome. I'd love a
Well, this-
4-way tie going up to the 8th game. I don't know about you guys.
and there it is. The game has started. And all teams trying to field their players immediately. And hey, look, it's Bahu. We're immediately on to Bahu. Let's go.
All right.
Quick
So what do we
look
have?
at Join us.
We have got
Hey, look at that. There's already action going on, and Red is taking their shots at Bahu. And
we've got
Sky Blue is
orange,
next.
orange next to sky blue and red, purple next to red and lime, and dark green next to lime and sky blue. Interesting.
It's time for Lime to live up to their own words right now. If they're going to start to take out a leader, the leader's next door to them.
But is that what they've been saying?
That's what they've been saying. Their map positioning's perfect for that. It's time to put your money where your mouth is, really.
I mean, for me, I think I would just continue what you do. I would play the long game. If I was lime green, I'd play the long game. You're not going to win this season, and nobody cares who comes second place.
Ooh,
There
they
ain't
went
no prize
through
for
the
second
borders
place.
as well.
So I would be
They're
just
poking-
making yourselves look good so you can recruit well in the off season.
Purple have a nice,
you know.
decent shared edge here, but
Purple do not have anything that looks nice.
they had it flashed on the minimap very, very, very quickly. But Lime have pushed right deep into their ground. Red are now pushing into them as well.
Look at Sky Blue's base. They have like so much
They've reached
percent
quite well.
blooming. They have so much percent ready to be taken for
They-
whoever
they-
needs levels.
They're
That
taking
is so
advantage of
good.
dark green there.
And I'd say that's a good thing. They know that dark green is like kind of weak, and
By the league standards, for sure, but dark green have overreached a little bit. They've got the center, they've got half the middle. They're not going to retain, obviously, that as well. They've got quite a lot of area. There might be a bit
wait a
cut off
minute.
as well.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, they cut. Oh, they made that. So dark green, I think, is currently in the lead. By the
Great
looks
start.
of it. And they are. That's kind of
about.
insane. You cannot lie.
Well, you can discount
But-
the center, so that's going to be what 2-3%. They're either going to hold that or they're not. So it's really their core area, which is going to be the equivalent of what the red, orange, the purple. It's pretty even right now between
You
all
would
teams.
much rather have lime's base than dark greens. Put it like this. So, yeah.
Dark green are actually fielding pretty well.
Purple got some issues going on this game.
Yeah. only at 10%.
Don't think they've
They're
got the best
half of
start.
first place, who are red. Lime green really hurt them early on, and so did red.
Okay.
Yeah, they've had some challenges from the very, very start here. That's gonna
But
put
mostly
them back.
lime. Look how far lime green extended.
They went right into their base. They went
They're
right up to the
so
red.
far in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a move. That's a move we haven't seen from dark green at all. Funmup, why are you using that skin, bro?
Oh, that's wrong button. Sorry. I was wondering why I kept on going to random players.
Oh, okay. So we need to see how much land does Skyblue hold in that corner.
That's gonna put them probably into second position, equal to Viridescent in the Darkness.
Yeah.
Red clearly
Red has a
ending
clear
their lead
lead,
as
and they're
well.
going.
And it's a good base.
It is. It's a good
It's a good
structure.
base. If you could draw a base, this is probably how it would look.
They've got the highest slice of the wedge, but now it becomes, can they retain? They've got a frontline build as much as possible, reinforce
Yeah.
front to back, basics.
You don't want to be spin building. This is not what you want to be doing from Cloak.
Lay those towers, mate.
Just
They're not
gotta
shielded
be
either.
layers. This is like look how
They're not shielded.
It's quick reinforcements. It's good for like. It's not good for frontlining, but
No,
for
it's not.
layering.
No,
for
it's
layering,
terrible.
How's he
It's
going to level
terrible.
up from doing that? How's he ever going to get shield?
It's terrible for reinforcing. I'm definitely not going to give people the illusion that that is how you should be reinforcing. Anyway, let's not pick on players too much. But what else do we have? We have lime and dark green on 18%. Red above them by 1.5% on 19.
Oh, Skyblue's filling
And
in the corner.
orange behind a little bit.
It went up
Orange
1%
can't
there.
afford to be behind. So let's have a look at them. Because they're going to have to make some serious ground if they want to win this season. They cannot afford the place that they are currently in.
They can't
Not good
afford
enough
players
for
to
them.
just sit there not doing anything either.
That's a small fight already. Is that what we want to see from Shooty, though?
Well, we're not going to get any fights from right now. It's just going to be pokes. It's just going to be level up. Shooty's just testing the waters, making sure that there's reaction times from him. If he sees some clean area, then he'll probably take it.
Take over just watching.
Okay.
Yeah. Not engaging.
Purple's base is going to mess already.
Purple's base is not looking good.
To the right, they're being eaten into.
They are
by
shrinking.
lime, too!
They are shrinking. Not
Bit
growing.
overwhelmed
Shrinking.
here.
Yeah.
Lime seem to have their stuff together a little bit. They're a bit more organised than purple.
Yeah, purple have been very much caught off guard, and don't think they've really been able to recover from that. It's going to be a downward slope for them for a little while.
And they seem quite low tower health as well. Seems like those were planted by hybrid.
Who could blame the hybrids for placing towers down, though?
Oh, no, sure. But frontline? You've got a hamster then frontlining with a full shield, full build, versus a hybrid. You've got no chance.
And red have crossed the 20 mark, and lime green have overtaken dark green.
Purple reinforcements. Just look at them swarm now.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Five
look
of
at the
them
rest
joining
of
now.
purple's base. It's not going well.
No, but they've had to react to
You've
this.
got red.
They're eating into their edge.
Red are having
Go
a
back
little
to the
snack.
right. Go back to the right. Look at their base. Their base is being completely eaten into by two teams, too. Oh my goodness.
Red are squeezing them. Red know what's going on. This is a little bit orchestrated.
This is where it's less about skill and more about awareness. You've just got to be aware of what's going on and take advantage of the situation at hand. That's all you got to do. Yeah, if you're red, you just got to take advantage.
This positioning
Because
looks
purple can't
amazing.
defend this.
This position looks amazing for Lime right now. I mean, they've got so much land, and they're eating into the previous season winners, if you will.
Well, they're
They are
exploiting
going.
they're exploiting their map position as well. They've got a good map position. They've got the weakest team to their left. They beat them last time to a pulp. No, they're exploiting the fact that they can count on not having too much aggression from Dark Green. But having said that, Dark Green are in a good position themselves. Pretty soon they'll be like, well, where do we go from here? Who do we push? And if I was them, I'd be going for 5th place team instead of joint 2nd place team.
I think what we should also note as well that while everybody else, while the other top 3 teams keep on pushing and gaining more percent, Orange fall further behind. And they are a team that had a very good lead at the start.
Very close call for Hamster then.
Yeah. And are
Not
now
really, it just
falling
hit the top.
behind.
He knows. Yeah.
21.5, 19.5% for Lime and Red. And it's definitely not looking good for Purple. Lost 2% in the last few minutes.
Red have really took their eastern border as well. Or western border.
Wait, they're eating into Casamarada. Lime is eating good tonight. They're going for that land, and as we saw there, the darkness is
Look at
layering
this.
up the hill.
So if Red are really busy, they're eating into Purple. Who are Orange fighting against?
Orange are fighting Sky Blue, I would think. Yeah, you can see they're fighting Sky Blue here.
Red should be easy pickings for them right now.
Yeah, but they've got in a fight with Sky Blue, and I just don't think you can get away from that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that easy to switch. And also, you have to remember, you don't have the view we have. Do you know what I mean? Like, people don't know what we know.
No, but surely they can see the minimap that if Sky had a choice between orange and dark green, they're going to choose dark green to attack. Because the percentage gain that they'll get is a lot easier, on average. And if I was orange, the minimap's pretty clear that the direction they should probably take is towards the red side.
Yeah, but again, it's easy to, like, when we're looking at it, I just think
it's kind of our job.
Once they see the stream, maybe in a few minutes, they might realise we should be going.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of easy and stuff, but that argument becomes boring when it's kind of what we're here to do.
No, absolutely. But I'm not going to criticise the team for not switching while it is the right decision. I wouldn't necessarily expect them to be making that decision. Do you know what I mean?
There's time. I mean, what are we? 11 minutes in. There's still plenty of time. I think Red might be, unless they're sending somebody to really reinforce that base with Orange, it's going to be a switch at some point.
So we keep having a look at the headline at the moment, which is Purple's downfall, because it is not pretty right now. And keep in mind, we should note, Purple are currently in the lead of the season, and they are 10% behind the next position in last.
They're in real danger here.
I think danger was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but now it's serious. Critical levels now.
Potato let one in, and it just hit him.
Not good by Potato.
But now they're down to 5%.
It's DEFCON, let's say DEFCON 2 right now.
This is
not quite DEFCON 1, but we're getting there.
I think you're pretty conservative. I wouldn't want you as my defense minister.
Hey, I would say DEFCON 1 is like we're about to be wiped, no?
I think they're heading in that direction. Well, yeah, I guess.
I don't quite think they're there yet.
Me not knowing exactly what you're talking about. Potato.
DEFCON 0.5.
You're going to yeah, I was going to say, you're going to upgrade.
No, okay, DEFCON 1.
No.
DEFCON 1. Red button from the north as well. Their base is screwed.
Yeah,
They don't
big
have
death
any
on
clear
one.
borders.
They're
So what
Next
happens
thing we
from
know,
here?
they're
They're just
playing.
going to be squeezed in between. Is this a position that...
I don't think this is going to be squeezed. I think this is going to be eaten completely.
This is going to be a team
But they're
wipe,
not...
if
Then
anything.
it's a team wipe, but they're going to respawn. They're going to come somewhere. So then it
Yeah,
becomes...
Are
We
they?
can
Right.
learn from one of the previous games as well, where there was a bit of a strategy that might be exploitable here. I don't really want to say it on stream. I don't want to give people clues.
Well, I mean, not really. We clearly know that Lime and Red are doing this to Purple.
I mean,
They're
you're
attacking the
right
game
in what
winners,
you're
which is fine.
saying. Like, they have to, Red and Lime have to be both really careful with how they approach this. It has to be done with precision because again, like, you don't want to force yourself into having to do something for the rest of the game. You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to leave yourselves open. So let's see what happens. But at the moment, it's looking good for both Lime and for Red. And it's certainly not looking good for Orange, who, while they are gaining percent off Sky Blue, it is just not quick enough.
And don't forget, Orange aren't involved in this mass of rubbish going on right now. So Orange have a relatively clear time compared to Purple. They're just not able to
More
find any
death.
space to...
Oh, and another death.
Wow. Just not able to find any time, space to capitalize on it.
It's the same people for them as well. Unfortunate. I mean, I feel like maybe they're still down a little bit. Like, they've got a chunk of base over here.
They've got a bit, but are they really going to survive? I mean, they're being eaten into by
I don't know. They
two teams.
they have quite a chunk, I think.
Yeah, but the way I view it, one death and half your base is gone.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is some of them are quite low level now. So, if the players who have died in the past die again, it's unlikely they're going to really do any serious damage.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you've got leveled people like yeah. Leveled people like who's leveled on that team? Who did we see that's leveled? Yeah, Golden Nugget. Yeah, he's leveled. We see him shooting there. He's got plenty of bullet distance, so
We have to
we know
remember
he's-
though, Purple they've got good players.
Experienced title
Yeah.
winners multiple times.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect them to go down without a fight. Like you would expect them to drag this out for quite a while.
They're gonna do what they can now to react to the situation, and understanding that they're in no shot for first place right now and are never going to be by the end of this game. What can they get out of it?
Yeah.
What can they do to either bring the points in their favor or gain points themselves?
Mm-hmm. If you're Purple, is this where you just kind of like abandon ship and just go for the cough?
Yeah.
They okay. My viewpoint
Because,
for
like,
this,
let's be
they
honest.
really can't.
How far away are they from fifth place? They're 12% away from fifth place.
Absolutely. We talked about this last week as well, where there is a definite cliff where you should realise that, well, we are not going to gain an extra point by battling this, so what are we doing here? It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And if you could spend that time then expanding the cough, where other people have no interest in it right now, it's way too early for any other teams to have an interest in the cough.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why would you not build a base in the center, re-level yourself up, dig around?
This is very interesting because Dark Green should have almost a free hit at Sky Blue right now, but they're playing it very safe and very calm and very slow, very methodical right now. Instead of just going full pelt.
Which is something we haven't seen from them for a while, where they're methodically taking the area. Usually they're getting pushed back a lot, but I guess while it's quiet,
I think this is the incorrect approach.
Yeah, I'd say while it's quiet, now's the time to really push. Whereas before, if you're taking a methodical approach when you've got a lot of team action going on.
But I think this is where some perspective helps. I mean, Dark Green have struggled in all of the games. So I think for them, maybe it's better to just not overextend. Just relax. They're in a decent position in the game. Just take it nice and slow and make sure we don't make any mistakes. So if that's what they're doing, then I get it, 100%. Probably the right thing to be doing if you're them.
I just think if you're in a really busy game, you're being attacked all the time. You've not had a great start to the season, and that's the time when you choose to push. And then when you do have a game that finally you're left alone to do your own devices, and that's the time you choose to be conservative.
This is not what you want to be seeing.
What's their objective there?
Don't want to be attacking orange right now.
Oh no. Let's go back to purple. They are getting absolutely destroyed, and the two teams profiting off of them. You know, they're the top two teams at the moment. They're just completely ripping the entire base apart. And
don't want to get caught in a firefight with lime green right now. Not worth it.
They're not really in a fight. They're more so worried about taking out purple than doing anything, I feel like.
So what's purple's plan? Do they have a plan?
They can't really go for the hill.
Like it. Doesn't look like they have a plan. The plan is to survive, I think.
I mean, they can't really go for the hill.
They're trying to make it last as long as they can, but we should say they've got 1.5%, and we're 20 minutes into the game.
Well, I mean, either way, they get 1 point. Why not go for 2?
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree.
Why not go for 2? Because they're squeezed in between the two teams. And
but either way, they've got 1 point. If they lose the cough, they still get the 1 point. They're not losing anything by attacking the cough. They never lose anything.
Yeah. You might lose some of your stats, but yeah, you're not going to lose anything. Which is what they're doing.
They're heading in that direction.
They're doing exactly.
Oh, okay.
I think it's what they're doing.
Oh, I mean, they're going for the left.
Or are they trying to create a? No, I don't think
they're going for a bridge. They're going for a bridge.
Yeah, they just don't want to get popped on their way, I guess, which is.
Yeah, I think
that's got
time. They have 20 minutes.
I think they're trying to build a base closer to the cop, potentially. Potentially. Interesting. I mean, pretty clear what Golden Nuggets plan is.
Yeah, heading that direction. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
where's the rest of the team?
Is that hill?
Why go for a massive chunk there and widen it there, but have a tinier sliver with two teammates that are very exposed, and they're going down as well.
I don't.
No, they are eating into dark green. That's got to be where they're heading.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where if you're dark green, you've got to be. This is where you're not really doing too much. High alert. You got to watch it. You know they've been slow and methodical.
Taking from Sky Blue, and they don't.
Dark green have had time to sit there and just reinforce that cough like mad. They're after a cough point here. They're going for it early.
The better. They are.
Maybe they're taking a leaf out of Purple's book from last game. Got there early, secured it.
Okay, so Orange again. They are slowly gaining, but slowly isn't quick enough. It's just not enough. They've got the prettiest base, sort of.
Prettiest base.
So
if you're red, when you've wiped purple, and you then share a border with lime green, who do you turn your attention to next?
Do that again, sorry.
If you're red, you've wiped purple.
Yeah.
Job's done. Great team effort from you and lime. You share a border with lime. who do you target next?
Well, who's joint second place?
That would be orange, and that would be sky blue. They share a border with orange.
I don't know what you would do. I think you would probably go for lime.
I would it as well.
I think you'd probably go for lime because orange are quite far behind. It's unlikely they're going to catch up to anybody.
I think
They're
extending
probably
your
gonna
lead is
attack red
probably
at some point.
yeah. Extending your lead is preferable to it compromising
Yeah.
your lead against a competitive team.
Yeah. I think if I were them, I would go for lime tentatively, but I would be reinforcing the orange border like crazy.
I think they should have been doing that for about 24 minutes now.
Should we go and have a look?
I think they should have been.
Yeah,
It's reinforced.
it is reinforced.
Good layers
It is,
deep.
yeah, it is spinny.
Couple of screens over, maybe.
Some of it's pretty. Some of it's.
Is there any like sharper? No, it's quite
Oh.
okay.
Well, I mean, you get gamer in the vision, so that's good enough, I think.
I mean, that's not spun.
Who have they got?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
you can see Carnage is doing it. He's going to spin this, presumably. He's going to come back and do that. Yeah, no, Red are preparing for that. Good job by Red, for sure. Red look on it today. Red look on it.
That's a really good approach from them, I'd say. They've got one person.
No red
staying
players
back
died as of
completely.
yet. Looks good from them. Looks good. Be interesting to see how this game progresses with them. Dark green are now responding to purple, but purple are probably going to survive.
That's
from
one
this.
player. That is not going to make much of a difference,
One?
if you ask me.
2. How many modules? 3? 4? Yeah, they got a few.
Okay, yeah, but is that really going to make much of a difference? All of them are scattered.
If this guy cuts them off, it absolutely will.
Flying Q is not going to cut them off. I'm sorry, but
They
not
are
with the
going.
way-
They are purple are very close to getting cut off. Look at purple's base right now. Look at the mini map. This is prime time cutoff.
the team knows. And
That's not going to
there's a
help
death.
by
It's
person. And that's
Takeover is
cut
going to get
off.
that land back.
They're at 0.5%. This is not good.
This is one
Um,
death, and your entire base is gone.
This is not good. Not good at all.
See as well. I don't want to detract because this is clearly where we won on screen, but there's still some real good battles going on with Sky and Orange.
They've got 3 players inside that base.
Or
So what's
takeover
gonna
in
happen
trouble.
next?
Takeover in big trouble. Don't want to be holding that tower.
Yeah, that tower is basically, if it breaks, you're dead.
He's aware. Gotta be very careful with that
You gotta watch
position.
out if this
Help
they
behind you.
switch
Very
this
good.
stack. That's a break.
Good play by Takeover there.
Takeover needs
But
to get
it
some
has
quick
been
shots
broken
on.
down here, and nobody's going to be recovering it. Mango coming in hot. Not hot enough.
It's Mango. That's all I'll say. They're going for that small surround instead of getting that big surround back. Interesting move by them, I'd say, but you gotta wonder, what are they doing?
Dark Green should deal with this. It's a test.
Mm.
It's a big test. Go on, Mango.
Mango's for it.
Gone
He's
for
got it.
Trapped. Now
They
you gotta
all
hold it,
storm
Mango.
right
That's
to
a
that
huge
south
trap.
as
You gotta
well.
hold it now. You want to play it safe.
He can go down. Realistically, he
Banzo's
can go
got a
down.
big part to play on this.
Yeah. We've got against 2 builders. Gotta reach. Gotta play it safe as
Realistically-
well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Banzo, Mr. T hammering those bullets, just trying to get it through. Now's your opportunity.
Somebody's got to go. Yep. Good
Put it in.
reach. Very aggressive.
Come on,
But
Mr.
high
T.
risk,
Banzo should be
high
tall.
reward.
There
Potato!
we go.
Great job by
Potato's not
Banzo. He said he had a big
making
part to
any
play,
good
and he
moves right now.
did.
That is 2 down. The base is
They're at
gone.
0.14%. They're all spawned.
0.14%.
Right. Well, here we go. We called it. It was DEFCON 2, and now it's DEFCON. Well, it's been DEFCON 1 for quite a while now.
They're in the minuses.
At what point do we get to DEFCON 0?
When they're gone. That's
Yep.
when.
Very soon.
They need a builder to hold Lime. But at this rate, they're just going to be popped.
Everybody's
low level.
too scared. Nobody's doing it.
making
They're
an
all
attempt.
too low level to me.
Gamers making an attempt to try and dig in, and Xeno is holding the border well. But is that going to be enough?
Can we just stop for a second? Just appreciate, like, Dark Green have struggled all season, and this game they've done well. They've done really well.
They've taken what they needed to take from the very start.
Nobody's died on their team yet. Like, they've had some kills. Like, it's been a really good game from them so far.
Let's just make sure we stay on this screen then, because this is where it's going to be pop, 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 pop.
You know what? Get rid of the percents. I want to see the full scene.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't.
Oh.
I'm trying.
You can't get rid of the percent?
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Here it is. This
Oh,
is
There
it.
we go.
They're
There it
going!
goes.
Xeno needs to build!
I knew that was going to
Xeno needs to
happen.
build! Xeno needs to build, and quick! But they're down! And the team is gone!
Is it gone?
How dramatic has this
Is
been?
it gone now?
Well, there's nowhere currently for them to respawn, I don't think. Are they back in?
Oh,
Is it
are they?
gone? No, it is gone.
It's
But the
gone.
next
They're
person,
gone.
this is where the strategy comes into it, and I think it's safe now to talk about it, now that they are actually wiped. The next person to have a big, wide hole in their base has to really watch their back. Because as soon as their base opens up, those guys are just going to power right into the game and cause... You've got eight other players to deal with.
Yeah.
And there's a gap opened in dark green. I bet you that's where they spawned.
Mango?
I don't know if they would have spawned there. No,
No.
they did not.
Not quite. And it looks like Sky Blue are going to be the ones to be popping. Next. One down. Looks like Sky Blue could be next.
Kato left the game.
There it is.
Giving up.
Is that the AFK cooldown though? Is that the AFK cooldown and Potato just...
Well, if you leave the game, then obviously you don't get any of your levels back. So if you're going to rejoin, you're starting from scratch. From what, level 8? Level 8, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing really you can do at this point if you're purple. You just got to... Well, I mean, you can stay in the game and see what happens, but
Dark
you're kind
green
of just
now.
wasting your time nearly.
Now pushing Sky Blue. Now they're onto it. Now they're like, right, we'll reinforce. This is what I meant about now, once we're reinforced, we've got our shit together, what do we do? So they've had a choice. Do we go for Lime? Do we go for Sky? They have chosen. Let's see if they've chosen wisely.
Who have they chosen?
Well, they're clearly fighting Sky Blue.
They've been fighting them all game.
Are they?
But there's 2 deaths on the side there.
No, they haven't.
Oh.
Sky Blue have been busy. So Orange should now have the pressure taken off them.
This could be the
This
spot.
is where Orange can gain up those ranks, absolutely.
Well, again, though, I don't think they will do, because I think Red now are going to go, well, Lime aren't our enemy because of the points, and I think they're going to go straight for Orange. I think that's backwards thinking, but I've got a feeling that's how it's going to turn out.
I saw them fighting Lime.
Oh,
And this is very
Ruction
messy on both teams.
Yeah.
that's a death from Ruction. But how is Sky Blue going to recover? Are they going to make it back and gain all that land? Well, I don't know. So here's a view of Cyantu real quick.
Orange are chipping up as well. They're using...
Cloak's just dreaming about the Koth right now.
Oh.
Red are getting
Yeah.
in position for maybe a Koth takeover. They're inching
thinking about
closer.
it. We're at the halfway mark.
Orange are getting a bit closer as well. I can see their minimap is they're taking sections just slowly but surely edging towards that area.
Sky Blue have got a lot going on.
But they're being broken
And
into
Orange are
by
going
Orange.
big. Orange are now going big. They're no longer going slow.
Wow.
They're going for it.
They
They're
know
going
halfway
against.
point. We need what?
They're going
And
against
again,
what they
another
normally do.
big little chunk there.
Orange are being a little bit more ambitious, which is what they need to be doing at this point in the game.
Taking advantage of the situation around them. Red have got the
Very
cough.
clear what Red are doing right now.
Here it goes. Operation
Very
Storm the
clear.
Hill.
They want that extra point. They want max points from this.
Yeah, their eyes are lit. Their eyes are lighting up. They see the season in front of them. And
Rightly so. They've got a good position to do it.
Yep. So, Mr. Jack, can you update us if the standings currently stay the same? What would the leaderboard look like?
You've put me on the spot, so can you come back to
I
me?
have. I absolutely can. See more deaths going down there. I don't think anybody from Purple's just spawned just yet,
No.
but they're waiting for it.
They are clearly taking advantage and trying to abuse the cooldown. The AFK cooldown is being basically, yeah.
Well, at this point, there's nothing really Purple can do, even if they do respawn. It's
Oh, that's a huge death.
Hello.
And it's 1984. Do we see a
Still no
spawn?
Purple.
No.
Oh no, one Purple did spawn. Dot did spawn. And got killed instantly. You can see that on the feed there.
Spawned into the bullet, and that's just unlucky.
Yeah. But Red making good progress. Good progress against Slime. They've got the cough and they've just said, look, that's for now.
But look who it is.
But look at Orange. Look at Orange. Orange are like, you know what? We want to have a look at the cough.
Are they trying to go for Operation Storm the Hill? We don't entirely know, but
I'm not sure. Operation Prepare, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, this game, there's gonna be a hill competition. There is gonna be one hell of a fight for the hill.
I think so too.
Results are in.
Okay, hit us.
So, if the game stayed as it is now, Red would be in the lead with 28 points because they get the cough. They get +7 on their 21. That makes 28. Purple and Orange, no, Purple would be 0 points ahead. They'd be in joint fourth place with just 24 points. Orange would go up to 26 points. Sky would go to 24 points. Lime would go to 16. And Dark Green would go to 13. So it's still a Lime Dark Green competition. Sky and Purple take a drawing place, and it becomes a competition between Orange and Red, where Red become clear favourites.
Sorry, so who was in joint second?
It would be... No, there is no joint second. First place would be Red. Second would be Orange, 26. Joint third would be Sky and Purple.
24 points, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay. So Red would be in the lead by 2 points.
Confirmed.
If they get the cough
If they get the cough as well.
Yeah.
Quite fluid, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you just keep on playing it safe if you're Red. I think this is the safe option that they're doing right now. This is the safe option, and I would keep on doing it. I wouldn't switch.
I think Orange are doing what they normally do. You can see that they're linear in their border here.
Red are going full at it for the cough right now. They are 100% preparing, but they're leaving Orange alone.
Yeah,
they're just reinforcing their border and leaving them alone.
They're going to take enough.
They're going to take enough space to get enough area off that cough. It might eat a bit into Orange, a lot into Dark Green. They want a good screen's worth of area, reinforced fully. That cough remains untouched. But if they're going for the cough, though, that's interesting because Orange will know this now, which means that they can't afford too many players to be reinforcing their base. So it's another potential option for Orange.
Well, let's have a look at what Orange are doing. Because they are getting a big chunk.
They're going up to about 20%
and they're about to have
here.
a bad Zane trapped, potentially. Nope, not quite.
He's out.
But who nearly had him then?
Sky Blue finally notices, and it's been, like, a solid 10 minutes.
So
I'd say solid 20 even.
Orange are catching up to Lime Green.
Chipping up.
Orange have been accelerating. Orange have been more ambitious. They've been more ambitious than they usually are, which has been the correct change of strategy at the right time. Might be enough just to catch up to Lime. You would think it's not going to be enough to catch up to Red.
Well, you think here.
Ooh.
If you're Red,
He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just watch Builder gameplay. Builder gameplay, Bahuokte. Just like in his videos.
Pepsi gaining on Orange. It's a little very high risk. Very high risk.
They're nowhere near Red. Well, yeah. Orange is nowhere near where Red is right now.
Yeah, but I mean, if they spot it, they're going to be on it because it's Red. Both teams have been prepared against each other all game. If you poke them, they are going to be watching for it. You cannot be poking them because they will come. They will be watching that border like a hawk. If you dig even a tower, they could notice. This is not what I would be doing. No. Unless they're saying, do you know what? We want a PCU.
I think they're just saying. No, I think they're just extending whatever area. It's only going to be small chunks. I don't think they're taking a massive amount.
Yeah,
or rather, no, they're in the wrong direction. It's nowhere near it, is it? So yeah, you're right. If you're going to go for the cough and reinforcing the area from the cough, then you should be going.
I think they're trying to get chunks off Orange.
They are.
Is anyone near? No.
Anyone?
But we're seeing a lot of deaths from Sky Blue, especially in this game.
Where are
you? Dead again.
Where was the death?
No, Ruction.
Well.
Where's Orange?
There's the Orange.
Half of them.
I don't think any of them are moving towards Red.
Are they up in Red somewhere, do you think?
Nah.
There's one.
I lied.
Timmy?
Oh,
I'm not sure what he's doing there.
It's Timmy. Should we be surprised? This is smart.
Not noticed what's going on there, have they?
So Red have 100% switch strategies now.
I hate to say it, but I
called you know what? We've got the cough. It's looking good. They've switched.
Gifting points to Lime Green because I think they, under their impression, they think that they can afford to gift points to Lime Green, and that will give them the best chance to win the season. That's my interpretation of this.
Yeah, I mean, you would argue that, look, it's beneficial for Lime to come second place. They should be very happy with that. Mm-hmm. And not only that, Red would rather have Lime Green at second place than anybody else.
Exactly, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
There's an argument say that Red attacking Dark Green right now is very counterintuitive. Because if they're going to go for Orange, which is kind of what it looks like.
Well, if they're going for the full whammy,
you want Orange.
Let's look at this from a perfect game point of view. What would Red absolutely have as a perfect game? They'd wipe Purple, who are the current team leaders. That's ticked. They're done. They'll get the cough. Yep. Let's assume for now that's done. Then they'd worry about second, third, fourth place in that order. So that's going to be Orange.
Yeah. But my point is, if they're trying to attack, if they want Orange to get fewer points, but you want to get
I
them
100% agree with you.
Green.
They should be completely focusing now on Orange. Maybe half and half with the buff.
Hey, Jet?
I'm not necessarily saying they should be focusing on orange, but if they're going to do it, I certainly wouldn't be attacking dark green as well.
No, exactly.
Oh, but we see a
either
small
or,
dig.
but not both.
We see a dig into dark green there.
Has SW4 just kind of gone crazy?
He's not building, and that is. Are they really trying to do this? Are they really going for Operation Storm the Hill in the weirdest way possible?
I think they're just having a bit too much fun.
Okay.
I can't tell.
I don't. I think he's helping. Red.
I 100% agree.
I think he's creating a channel for another team. He's literally sabotaging anybody else, sacrificing his own team's points for other teams.
Is it for Sky Blue?
There's no reason you wouldn't build.
Well, it's not what we like to see, that's for sure.
It's a sad, sad sight to see.
Yeah, it's not what we want to see in this game.
Okay, well, that took a while to connect.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it got caught, because we certainly don't want to see it.
Screwed himself a little bit.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I mean, I assume that's what they were doing. It doesn't look like they were giving it to Sky Blue.
There's no reason why you would never have built there and tried to surround.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
I assumed they were giving it to Red, but
Red were heading in that direction as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mate. Are you good? Are you good? What is this position? Are you good? I don't think your rogue digs from midnight games are very good in elites.
How is that helping his team secure more points?
I don't know what he was doing. If I'm honest, I have absolutely no idea what he's doing. We can keep on accusing him, but like the rest of their team are all fighting each other.
Ayo. Okay, they are indeed.
They're all fighting each other, so I don't exactly know what SW3 was even doing.
Let's put it to the live chat, guys. What on earth was Hamster doing? What's your interpretation of what was his objective there?
I think he was trying to give it to Sky Blue, but I'm not sure. I think he was trying to give it to another team without them even knowing.
Yeah, maybe they didn't get the memo.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on. I think he was trying to do it, but didn't tell the other team, or the other team weren't aware, or just weren't interested. Essentially, something like that.
I'm sorry, give what to the other team?
There's no reason you'd dig through half a base to reach another team's borders without building. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's very visible on the minimap.
Just like land to the other team or something?
Moving on though. There's some harsh battles going on. Now Red have fully turned their attention over to Lime. Where does this leave Orange then? Because they can capitalize if they can.
Edge, probably. Yeah.
Still going after Sky.
There's enough time for Orange to catch up to second place. There is enough time.
The three builders that have leapt up the leaderboard as well. They've got enough time easily. They're pulling away. They're going somewhere.
I think they're going to Red.
I think that a decision's been made.
I think everybody's going.
Isra just been killed by Pepsi.
I think everyone's trying to go to the hill except for maybe dark green, sky blue.
And that would have been near.
Up there?
Sorry, I'm just gonna show some interesting stuff right now. This is why you got to watch the mini map. A call has been made by Orange. We saw them heading over.
Red know about it then.
Red are ready. Red are ready though.
They're aware. What can
They're
they do?
aware. They've been reinforcing their base all game for this. This is where preparation and building skill comes.
Not going to help Red, though, because they want to
into
obviously
practice.
retain that area, but they're in the best position to at least score 6 points. Because if one fails, the area or the cough, the other helps them as well. That's an extra point.
Mm-hmm.
So that they're easily on for 6 points.
The rest of the team is still fighting, is still online.
Oh,
This is not going to be good.
we did see a purple spawn, golden nugget there. Died to Sunday school immediately.
Well, that would have been
Red
down
could be
in
in big
the.
trouble here.
That would have been down in the chunk that's just if you look at the mini map of Sky Blue.
Yeah.
If you look at the calf, there's a nice little chunk that Dark Green are fighting for. They're chipping up as well. It was a bit north.
That's not it.
No, north.
Let's see what's going on down here.
Where's
Got
the
some
builder?
fights between dark green and sky blue. And we've got red dying next to the Koth, which gives up the Koth.
Hamster goes into a wall. Cloak
Oh my
gets killed by
goodness!
Old. Tez crashes into a wall. Cat Queen gets killed by Shooty. Koth is now wide open.
Here it is. The fight that everyone's been waiting for.
Oh, is this
has
where it
been
turns
looming
for
a
Red?
few games.
So
I
Red
think
had
this is where it's
this.
going to turn. They're in big trouble right now, Red.
They had it
Red
pinned
cannot
on.
afford. Red
They had
can't
it-
afford to commit to the Koth.
No, but they spread their options now. So they had a nice sizable lead. But now they're fighting against the people in second place to go for second place points, and they're trying to skewer the Koth at the same time. Plus, they've got Orange now eating into their area, and they're not able to commit enough players potentially to defend both options. So they either give up the Koth or they give up some area. What they're going to do?
Red are in big
Dangerous
trouble.
options.
Red are in big trouble, and they are being eaten in from multiple different areas, and they are not going to be able to handle this. Look at that. There's about 4 points of entry here.
This is a dramatic change. We
10
Two
minutes
hybrids
left.
right now holding orange down there. Just all popping off.
It's 10 minutes and everyone's trying to make a move. What's over there? Nothing. I thought CM would spawn.
Sky now in second to last place.
I
They've
think if
been
you're
that way
red, this
for
is
most of
damage
the game.
limitation. Damage limitation right now.
Hamster crashing into a wall again.
Is that twice now?
That's twice.
What is going on?
Oh, Cloak very close to the edge there. Very close. Could see another pop very soon. It would be really bad timing. But they're not looking confident right now.
Big open gap now in dark green. Has that let purple back in?
Will
9
it?
minutes.
It might. It might,
It hasn't.
but it won't.
Has not. Nice
They're
big
going
pump
for a
as
Sorry,
well.
gap.
but I'm going to keep on
They're
looking
going
at
for a
all red
pinch.
right
we
now
wanna-
because they are beginning to fall behind. They're beginning to fall behind Lime.
So the
They're
equilibrium of
holding
these
orange.
two teams is going to be about 25%, which means Orange need to make about 4% here.
Look, Red could still come second. They could still come second. But
Absolutely.
but
Orange get this big takeover, though.
numbers is going the wrong way. That's not going to help them.
And Orange seems to be
Numbers
going the
needs to
wrong
be
way at the
digging
top.
down.
Yeah, down.
Is numbers really
And
going
these
the wrong
guys
way,
need to be
though?
digging up.
Is numbers really going the wrong way, though?
Yeah.
He's going
Yeah.
for that edge.
Yeah, but they need to be meeting up, surely.
Yeah,
Big
I
area.
guess if they go
They'll
for
come
edge,
back
I
for
guess.
They'll come
I guess
back
edge
for
is
it.
probably.
It's
Come
too tough
on.
an area to tackle on your own, not as a non-full team, surely. Why are these guys just standing around not doing anything? This is a team conference right now.
Yeah, they're having a little chat.
They're actually having a team conference on chat.
Hello. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say something here. We do think purple spawn. Fun up. This could be where purple spawns.
Now,
Are they doing that?
I just want to say, this is. Oh, that is exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to get purple in the game.
That was the strategy we're talking about.
This is exactly what they're trying to do. Because if they're trying to teledig orange, this is just terrible. But if they're trying to get purple back in the game,
this could be monumental.
Really unfortunate right now that purple aren't in the game.
Orange need to really react to that as quickly as possible because
they found one. They found two.
They gotta close this.
Where have they gone? I can't even find them. And I was following them.
He's TP'd. TP down.
Okay.
Down.
He's down.
Is in down.
He's into their spawn. He's into their spawn.
Not successful.
He knows he's in there.
He's just wasted time now for the orange.
Just wasting time for orange. It was a great strategy by Red. It didn't quite work.
It could have been really, really good.
Could have been brilliant. I must admit, a genius strategy under all this pressure.
It would have been next level.
Level Up's found him up and Mup's down.
Yeah, it's been found, but it doesn't matter. He's done his job. Look at this. Look at that, what they've been able to do because of that distraction. They've got rid of one of the points of entry.
That was a double win for FunMup there. All he's done is distracted orange away. Well, guys, we've got to deal with this. And potentially let purple back in the game to disrupt orange's game. That could have been a massive win.
We've given Red a lot of quite a bit of criticism every game, even if they've done reasonably well. But
this is almost a perfect game from them.
That was a brilliant call to do that.
It's probably almost the most perfect game I've seen. If they could just hold or have held the cough.
Now they just look a little bit all over the place. There's nobody to deal with this. There's not enough people here to deal with this. And look at lime green. This could still not end well, even after that brilliant call. Where are the whole red team? I don't even know where they all are. Where are they?
There's even more pops. And we go to the explosion immediately. Takeover's in there. He's going for that land, and now we gotta see. Oh. Well, there's
5 minutes left.
Two. There's 4 of them trapped. Asterix's clone is down. And he does look to try and get them out. He's playing it really, really well. Crossing, and he's got it.
Orange still going for that dig. Lime and Red are neck and neck. Lime on the worst receiving end because they've just lost 2 players, and it's in cough territory.
Those were surely clones, right?
I think they were clones.
2 at once?
Yeah. It looks like it.
Okay.
No explosions.
No. Moscow as well.
Yeah.
Orange back to where they wanted.
Wow. Teleports into the base.
Pepsi has to survive here.
Pepsi.
Good job by Pepsi.
Number should have been.
This is not good.
Number should have done a better job of making sure to seal that back up. Down.
Getting lost. Red should be okay here. They should be okay.
Well, now we get the double shoot of who's that on teamer at the top? Yep. Desperately trying to create enough area for Sani to get in. Very competent builder, as we know, and they're out. Can they, Orange, at least retain some area from it? It won't all be for nothing.
Look at Red's lead. Disappearing.
It's going down.
0.1% left.
Has disintegrated. Red's lead has basically disintegrated.
But who's not worried here? Oh, there we go.
There it is. Their lead's gone, and it's a purple spawn.
Back in.
Marco's in, but he's the only one left.
I don't think they're worried too much, but he's got full tower health. That's going to be dangerous straight off the bat. That's enough to let the rest of his team in as well.
No, it's not. He needs to make more land. He needs to break more in order to get them to spawn. It's not enough straight off the bat.
That's your worst nightmare right now, orange and red.
Marco needs to make
Oh,
land.
look at level up. We get some spinny action. Yeah, spin at this guy. You definitely don't want him as an enemy right now. He's gonna tear your base apart if that's the case.
They're teaming. But at
Why
this
would-
point,
well-
they might need to.
If you're gonna team,
Oh,
it's only using somebody else's objectives against them. Red are being torn
Jet
apart.
dying. That is not good. Even if Bahu died as well.
Size of that space now. Purple
Yeah,
needs
it's
to
Do they have
capitalize on
falling
that
that.
apart.
Is all of purple in? Are they in? No.
Who does a
they're
crash as well?
They're in.
Purple are
Well,
in.
at least Gamer
Gamers
is.
in. And they're quite unfortunate here, Purple, to be honest. Normally you
Asterix
get more
crashing.
people spawning.
Look at Cyan, who's desperately trying to open that area up, give Purple more base. They want Purple back in there. I'm not sure why at this stage, because they're on track with 1 minute to go.
It is 1 minute, and let's take a look at the hill. But
The
should
cop
we
is
take
pretty set in stone. The cop is pretty set in stone. That ain't going anywhere. Sky Blue
Gamer's
have been
going for a TP
teledug.
kill.
Sky Blue's base has been completely opened up.
I mean, that's mean of Red, isn't it? You let
Dark
Purple back
green.
in, and then you start killing them.
That's a desperate move from Dark Green, and it's working out. Now Red are going for Marco. Marco needs to live here, but he won't. Let's take a look at how many seconds are left. As the time ticks, we only have
Tearing
10,
with TP.
9, 8, and everyone is
Wow.
going for everything. The last minute pushes, and time is out. What a game.
Wow.
We have seen the tides turn in front of our eyes.
Well, that was fun.
That was pretty. I mean, look at Sky's base as well.
They got
Clearly
dug
something's gone
into.
on. Yeah, so it looks like Dark Green done some TP action in the last minutes of Sky's game.
Hard to keep up with it all, but yeah, they did.
Blown.
Good
I'm not
TP
sure what they
action.
aim to gain there. Sky. Well, maybe that
Oh,
helped them. I'm
well,
not sure. I wasn't tracking the percentages.
They overtook. I don't know if they overtook Sky Blue because of that, but
Yeah, I think they maybe
I would
were
assume
already ahead.
not.
Maybe it's sealing the deal
Oh.
for them.
probably
And maybe-
sealing the deal.
Maybe it was pinning their hopes that other teams maybe as well would.
I must admit, though, Dark
Implode.
Green played well. They had a good game. They could have done better, but like
It's one
they
of
played well.
one of their best this season so far to secure
Probably
that much
the best.
area and
Probably.
retain it.
Yeah,
Not necessarily
probably the
from a
best
points wise as well, but they did pretty damn good.
Okay, so it
Red had
looks
a
like
great game, but they just imploded a tiny little bit when the pressure was all under them.
Yeah.
They had a great plan, a great move from FunUp. It was a little bit unlucky that it didn't go the way he would have liked, but it was good enough. And
It did some damage
then they
though, and I
just
think
too many deaths, and too unorganized at the very end.
for sure.
I'm looking inside of the Elite Tournament members chat, and it looks like that a lot of people were having issues with either lag or server lag, and it looks like it was on the server side.
Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. I was absolutely fine. So, quit whining.
Europe.
No, I mean, like, if I was fine, though, it definitely wasn't on the server side. So, Right.
Fair enough.
So,
You want the scores?
Lime Green first place. Ooh.
Guess what that puts
and-
them?
And they have the Koth as well.
That's 7 points ahead. Guess what that does to the teams? For Lime Team, that does nothing. Puts them at 18
Okay.
points though. They're getting
Okay.
very closer to distinguishing themselves from the last two places to the middle of the pack. One more game like this, they'll start being a contender for first, second place of the season. So not a loss at all, but 7 points, magnificent. From where we came from Lime, from start to finish of this season. 7 points.
absolutely.
Big. huge.
Absolutely, they played well. They played well. They had a very it was a very clean game from them. It was a very clean game.
Well, maybe on the
I mean,
field.
it was a very clean game for a Mind Green. They kind of did all of the sort of the right thing. I was very confused as to what SW3 was doing because it was like, well, he must be helping Red, but then the rest of his team were fighting Red. And he was like, well, he must be helping Sky Blue then, but then Sky Blue tried to kill him and killed him at the end.
But what
So,
objective,
like,
even if you
I
were
don't
just
really
going
know what he was
rogue,
doing.
even if you weren't helping other teams, what objective could you possibly do from not even building from that and just go into the other team? What? How does that help your own team?
Absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Well,
I don't think he was. I don't know. Anyway, overall though, it was a great game from Lime. They played well. It was very clean, very smooth. There were a few deaths, but it was pretty good overall.
we go through the
Pretty good
scores
overall.
first.
Yes.
So the current scores are, brace yourself, we have a tie for first place.
Cool.
Orange and red. Orange scored 4 points this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. It puts them on 26 from their 22 original. Red were on 21. They score 5 points, second place. That puts them on 26. We have a first place tie, orange and red. And then we have a third place tie as well. So purple scores 0 points. They got wiped, no cough. 24 points for them in total. Sky, however...
Well, they still got 1 point. They still got 1 point.
Oh, no. You're correct. I'm giving them 0 and I should give them a 1. Well, they're in third place then. Well done, purple, for getting wiped. Sky... Well, I can be sarcastic because you know what? They've won some other games as well. It's fine. Sky, however, won 2 points this game. They are on 24 points. That puts them in 4th place then. Lime, going to be in 5th place with 18 points. That puts them excruciatingly closer to the 4th place team. And then
hold on.
green.
So there are four teams within 2 points of each other then.
4 teams within 2 points of each other, which is not unlike the game that we just come out of as well. So we started this game in the same position that we're ending. In effect, it's just the order
slightly
swapping.
Rotated positions.
Yeah. But however, crucially, Lime have extended their lead from Dark Green. So Dark Green, although they did better than they usually would have in normal games, they did quietly, they sloped away towards the end. They only earned the 3 points, not the 4 that we were kind of hoping they'd get from this. That puts them on 12 points now. And that's 6 points clear behind Lime. So 6 points they've got to gain to get 5th place this season. You may continue.
So let's go through team by team. We've done Lime Green. Let's go through Red and Mr. Jack.
For the first 45 minutes at the very least, this game could have easily been one of the most perfectly played games. I'd have said. Whether that's off-field tactics, I won't go into it. Whether it's on-field that doesn't really matter. Either way, the game, as it was played, they were set up to be at least an easy 6 points through either percentage, from being first place in percentage, or from being second place plus the cough. And there was a chance that would have been 7 points from getting both of them. They were a very clear lead going into the halfway point. They seem to have just imploded, quite literally, with lots of their players anyway, towards the later stages. There's some great strategy there, though. You got to clap your hands and take your hat off a little bit from some of the strategies pulled out. Fun Mutt. We've said it before on a couple of games. We've said it on a few other streams where a team got wiped. It was a very clear strategy to go and open their base up, not for the purpose of reducing their percentage. That's just a byproduct of it. And not for the purpose of distracting them. Again, that's just a byproduct of it. It was very clear that it was to open it up, get purple in the game, and purple only have one mission then, to secure a base and reduce orange's percentage. Extremely well done.
But it was brilliant strategy for sure.
If you see that opportunity, you have to take it, and they clearly have, so I can only take my hat off to them for that. Great job.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out for them the way they would have liked to. They would have liked the 6 or 7 points from this. Alas, 5 points, not bad.
Absolutely. I think look, I think that they were great for about 50-55 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
It was that last last 2 or 3 minutes where it all just everybody kind of crumbled under the pressure. Up until those last 2 or 3 minutes, they played a really beautiful game, and it looked like what you would expect from a really top level team.
All of the fundamentals were there as well.
It was if from what I would consider a really good team to look like, right? All of the pieces put together. You might get 1 or 2 deaths. That happens, but outside of that, it's only 1 or 2 deaths each game. You look really solid. Your base looks really well built. If somebody attacks you, you're on it straight away. You're always thinking of the best strategy to perform at the right time, and you never let anybody get too far ahead of you. You never get too far behind anybody. Everything's just right. I thought they did everything perfectly up until the last 3 minutes, where certain players just started to pop, and everything crumbled a little bit at the last 3 minutes.
I think they should have settled for the choice of area versus Koth, and then they should have. We saw them on stream. They should have been pushing south down towards the Koth to expand it. Instead, they were eating into orange, very close to the Koth, but in the wrong direction. If they wanted to just secure the 6 points, that's sealed, signed, sealed, delivered. Go and take that Koth area, another screen's worth, and then reinforce it. That gives you so much leverage. Because then you can choose.
Look, if I'm honest, I wouldn't have. If I was Fred, I wouldn't have done anything differently. I don't think I would have done anything differently. The only thing that I would have said to them is, look, we played really well, but just those deaths, the last 5 minutes ish, that is what cost us first place and the Koth. Outside of that, we played the perfect game. So I would just. Yeah, but I wouldn't do anything differently. It's just those few deaths under the really high pressure moments at the very end of the game. I felt like that's kind of what lost them 2 points.
I completely, from the fundamentals point of view, for 55 minutes, the fundamentals were brilliant. For the last 5 minutes, they lost some of the deaths, killed them and stuff. From a strategical point of view, it's the exact same picture. 55 minutes into it, most of it was bang on. And then they kind of lost their way in the last 10 minutes, maybe. The late game needed a bit of work, but small criticisms, huge praise, because that could have easily been one of the most perfect games I've seen a team play.
Shall we move on to Orange? Hero, thoughts on Orange?
It was all over for them the entire game. Like, they started out kind of weak, but they came back. They got a lot of percent. They took out a Sky Blue. They took a lot from... Well, they didn't take a lot, but they took from Orange later. No, Orange took from Orange. Yeah, that makes sense. They took from Red.
They switched when they needed to switch, didn't they?
Yeah, they switched when they needed to switch, and they... It was just a good game out of them. They could have... Well, I don't know if they could have done better, knowing that I don't really know how this game could have been affected much more. I mean, Lime's going just straight for everyone, and, Orange, they're pretty comfortably... Are they in the lead for the season?
They are not.
They're 1 point off, huh?
Joint first with Red.
First with Red.
Okay, so they're joint first with Red, so, they just gotta hold on. They have to make sure nothing too major happens. They did get into some good fights with Sky Blue, and, they took advantage from that. They had a good spawn. Well, not really a good spawn. I don't know if I'm going over stuff that I've...
No, I think they had an okay spawn. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they've had an okay spawn. And the one thing that they missed out on is the gift that kept on giving, which was purple. Um, they missed out on having them next to them,
Yeah.
and red and lime green being able to exploit their downfall.
I don't think it would have been the same
Out-
game if orange were next to purple either. I think it's those two teams being
Probably
next
not.
to
No,
purple.
you're probably right. No, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I think Orange had a really good game. Actually, I thought they played really well with the cards that sometimes you're not always dealt the best cards, right? You're not always dealt the best hand. And I thought what they had was what they ended up doing with what they were dealt was really good. They switched strategies to more aggressive, rather than methodical, kind of mid game or 20 minutes in or something like that. And it worked out a treat for them, and they managed to catch up in the end. Well, nearly catch up in the end. They didn't quite reach. Didn't quite reach it, did they? But
I think it was
I thought they played really well,
a less
considering where they
average.
came from. They came from
Yeah.
about 14% to 21, and again, the general rule is 7%. So I think they had a really good game.
I think based on your percentage aggregation is completely spot on. That's kind of where you don't want to be overreaching straight off, because we've seen that happen time and time again. I think they had one big upset with the fun mup thing, maybe not reinforcing where in the back end. Can't really blame them too much because they're working from front backwards, which is what you should be doing. I think they focused too much time on Sky, and I think by the time they then switched to red, they should have been at Sky. I think they should have switched to red a bit earlier. And I think when red reacted, I think that's when they should have been at Sky. Because by that time, Dark Green had already started biting into Sky. They were busy. So I think they were a bit slow to react off the gun. And that would have gained them that extra kind of few percent they might have needed to push them just over the line.
Yeah, I mean,
small criticisms again. It's a tight packed game. We're nitpicking at stuff with these teams at the moment.
I mean, I can only put it in, if I was on that team, how would I feel? I'd feel after that game went from 14 to 21%. It was relatively smooth sailing. I think from the cards that we were dealt, I think they should be very happy with how they performed. 7% should be a top tier game. So I think they've done really well.
But on the back of
Moving
that,
on.
I also think that they should be launching to get more percent from the earlier. So if it's 15%, they should have been.
Oh
at
no,
22,
absolutely.
for example.
No, absolutely.
They should
You
have been
want to be more
targeting
aggressive earlier,
16%
don't
from
you?
the start.
Yeah, you need to be more aggressive earlier, and unfortunately, we weren't watching them closely enough to really criticize them or know what happened in the early game to only get 14%.
They'll have their time.
But you know,
Moving
they
on.
missed out on some. So next, the impressive dark green.
What's your
Dark
thoughts, Andy?
green.
So I think they did really well. I think they should be really happy with this game. Was it perfect? No. Would we expect them to be perfect? Absolutely not. But considering where they came from for the rest of the season, I think they played really well. They should be really happy with what they did. And do you know what? Maybe next season they'll be able to take this game to like Lime Green did. Lime Green and I think Dark Green were ahead of Lime Green kind of at the start of the game, and maybe next season they'll be prepared to do what Lime Green have done this game. But I think Dark Green should be incredibly happy that they didn't sort of kind of do what they've done for the rest of the season, which is crumble. They played really well. They went kind of solid when they had to. They never kind of overextended. Sure, there were some things that they could have done better, but overall, I think they should be very happy, and I think they should hope for more games like this in the future. Keep it solid, keep it clean.
Keep it solid. What do you think, Hero?
For dark green.
Yeah.
Big shock. They came out of nowhere and they just held. I think this game was their best one
We
yet.
should say they're still fourth place. I mean,
well, I mean,
you know what I
yeah,
mean,
but it was a dramatic game out of all the teams. I mean, yeah.
I just want to nip that in the bud as well. Yeah, they're still fourth place. The fundamentals there are night and day from where they've come from in the first 3 games of this season, though. If they keep this up and they keep this kind of fundamentals where they've got the strong ass base, Albeit, one could argue that they were left alone in the early game as well to do that. The fact that they have the fundamentals down, and that at the late game they were able to push and fight, and they've clearly gone and done some strategical stuff inside light blue as well.
Yeah,
you've got to admire the fact that they've come a long way from the first game, and they're getting a bit better. And hopefully, teams like Lime and Dark Green are going to start showing the true colours as well in the later side of the season.
Yeah, no,
they played much better than usual. I mean, yeah, I would say that stuff has gone better for them.
Shall we move on to Sky Blue Hero?
Yikes. Yeah, that's all that needs to be said. Yikes. There was a lot of things that could have gone better for them. I think that the early pushes in that they didn't really help, and oh my goodness, okay, we're good. Okay, let's think.
Well, they've dropped 2 places now, haven't they? So they've gone from joint 2nd place to 4th place. Which thoughts about that?
Well, I mean, they're not that far behind, because if I look back at the points, we have Sky at 24, and they're only 2 points off of a lead. They could easily take that if they wanted to, but so could any other team. It's the matter of having a good game versus having a bad game, and I think for Sky, things could have gone a lot better, but it just didn't, and we really don't know.
Shall we move on to Purple, Mr. Jack? Thoughts?
This is what happens when a team gets a little bit too cocky, maybe. They've got their own set strategies involved, clearly, and they're game-winning ones 90% of the time. They've won seasons before. Maybe they were having an off week and it didn't quite go to plan. Maybe they've stuck to the strategy, but other teams have decided that they're not going to live by those rules that Purple are setting, where they're going for the big, large chunks very early on and then securing them and then winning the games. But it's clearly they're learning some lessons that they're going to be targeted when they're in first place. Any team is right now, and they've got to live by the mantra that we're not invincible. It doesn't put a target on their back, but it shows every team that, hey, these big teams, they might be winning majority of the games, but we can take them down if we want to. I don't want to get into the whole hamster rhetoric, but if teams do decide that this team is winning, and then the person that I'm going to, if I'm aside 2 teams right now, and the one team is in the lead, that we should potentially head for that area and take them and give them a bad and disrupt their game. And that's exactly what happened. Lime pushed north from very, very start. They were easily pushing into Purple's area, and Purple had this very tentative moment in the first 2 minutes where the base was secure, and then it exploded, and then it was secure again. But Lime persisted, and that opened the door then for Red to just push down from the north, and that was game over already for Purple. We saw this very early on as well. They were surrounded from the border. They had nowhere else to go. It's a wipe. Every team's had a wipe, or they at least should have experienced one in the past. And if you haven't, then you've just not been playing long enough.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's one of those things in this game where they got caught off really early on. They never really were able to solidify a base, and it just kept on being hammered home and hammered home and hammered home and hammered home even further.
It was ferocious.
And I think, again, like, it's a symptom of 8-player teams. Unfortunately, doesn't matter how good you are, you can't defend against 2 full teams. You're always going to lose. Just some teams will lose quicker than others. And the fact that it happened so early on meant that Purple weren't able to prepare for that eventuality. So it was quick and it was swift.
I was a bit surprised they didn't coordinate
I don't think we'll be seeing
enough.
too many of that, though.
I was a bit surprised they didn't coordinate enough to get to the cough, or at least communicate enough to get to the cough
I
in
think
time.
I think actually they really did try and get to the car.
I think certain people
I
did, but I
felt
think
like,
others. Yeah.
well, no, the whole. Do you remember the whole team dug into dark green and
Yeah,
they were
but we saw,
inside dark green
again, I
space?
saw other people doing things that didn't make sense. They were heading the other way.
Maybe.
They were taking big chunks in that area that were easily going to get captured in the late game anyway. So what's the point in taking that space?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't get there quick enough. I get that.
Head there as an 8-man team. Expand your area as you go. It's going to be cut away, but that's not your objective. Your objective is to get to the location, not to secure the area that surrounds the location yet. That happens when you get to the cough. I think they should have coordinated a bit more, and maybe they could have secured a point out of it. And that point inevitably would have led to them being in joint first place right now.
I don't know. I think they of what happened happened. I don't think it's going to happen too many times with Purple. That's for sure. I felt like they just got caught off guard very early on, and that was that.
I'd like
But
to
anyway,
end off the Purple section with 5 words said by Zeno. GG's, y'all. Game is game.
I have absolutely no idea what that means, but
Game is game. I mean, that happened, and it happened.
Fair enough. Right. So, final words. We have a skin competition for those who might have forgotten. Mr. Jack, do you want to tell us some more quickly about it, and then we'll head off?
Sure. Skin competition is in the Discord server. You need to sign up. The link is pinned in the live chat. So join up to the Discord server. Post your skin designs. There's a design tutorial in the skin contest server area. And your skin, what will happen, Hero? It gets immortalized, was that your word?
Yep, they are going to be in the game for the winners of the season to use. And you will have complete credit to that.
There we go.
Yeah. So the winners of the season get a custom-made skin made by a member of the community. If you want that to be your skin, then hop over to the Discord server and create a skin in the skin design channel. All right. Well, that's it.
Game. When's the next game, Andy?
Next week.
Next week.
Same time.
5 p.m. UTC. See you there.
5 p.m. UTC. See you then.
And then we have
Adios.
a week off, I
Bye.
believe. Yep. Goodbye.